Hi and welcome to my Python tutorial of sales management system. So let me start by entering how many jacket and dress we required there, and here let's say school uniform, and we format trousers and two of those. So all we just need to do is click on total, and there we go. We can also reset and enter whatever you want in there as well. Click on total for the next customer and you can exit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's start by going to new and make sure the following is imported. The following libraries are all imported. Then I'm also going to initialize pygame, and after that let's say root equals k and root dot title, and the title in this case is going to be sales management system. There. Now let's set the geometry for this app. So I'm going to say root dot geometry. So that's to do with the height and width of the application itself. I'm going to make it, let's go for 1352 by, let's say 700 plus 0 plus 0. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to configure the background color for that. So the background color, so config, so let's make that maybe white, so that is equals white. Right, now I can end it for now, and let's save it and just see what we've done so far. So I'm going to save this, copy that and save it as sales management system. So I'm going to call it _, sales management system, or sales management system. Yep, _ management _ system. So let's save that straight on my desktop here, and that will be inside the sales. Now save there. Okay, if I run it, all we have is just going to be an empty framework. There we go. Okay, close that. Now up here I'm going to create a frame. So that will be for my frame, and the frame I'm just going to call it ABC equals frame, and this frame is inside the root. The BG color for this frame, I'm going to make it my favorite color, powdered blue. That is the color of my frame, and I'm also going to set the border as 20, and let's raise it. Oh no, let's make it rigid, equals rigid, and ABC dot grid. That will be grid. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is to create another frame. This frame will be inside the very first frame, which is ABC, and let's say the back color for that equals, let's say equals cadet blue. Right, comma, then we have border, and I'll make that about 10. Right, Okay, relief, that will be rigid as well. Okay, then let's say ABC1 dot grid, and the role for that is going to be 0 comma, and we have column equals 0 as well. Then I would like it to actually span across 4, let's say 4 frames for now. Strictly west. Okay, make that capital letter. And now let's speed it all up first of all, and then that, and just speed it up. Okay, this is how these frames looks now. So let me run it and see how it's going to look like. There isn't going to be much. That's the frame. Those are the frames there. Okay, let's close that. Now the next thing I would like to do is just to open up the frame. I'm going to enter a label there, label title, I'll call that, and the label, the object is going to be label, and let it be resident inside ABC1, and we're going to say the text content on it, I would like that to be, that would be sales management system. Let's tab sales management systems, right, and let's tab again. The font, let's use, I'm going to settle for area as well for my font, right, and the size for this very font is going to be 30, and let's make it bold. Okay, so one other thing that is left for us to do is, let's close it up. Okay, let's add another comma. The other thing is just to, let's pack it, make that 9, and the other side I'm going to make it 9 as well, the y axis of it. Alright, press enter, and here we're going to say BD equals 14, comma, that's for the border. Then let's say BG, we make that shaded blue as well. Okay, let's copy that, make it shaded blue, that's fine. And FG, that's going to be for the font. In this case I'm going to make the font concept, and let's justify it. Let's make that center, justify center, and grid equals, the row will be equals 0, and the column equals 0 as well. No, make the column 1, it's not 0. Right, okay, let's run it. Well, first of all, add a comma there. Let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Or let me just copy this before running it. I'm going to copy that and paste that there. Come up here and paste another one. I'm going to be using those two for my, this will be for, I think I should use that for date. So let's say date, and in here I'm going to get rid of that anyway. So let's say this one is for time, date and time. Okay, so leave them for now, then we'll walk around the date and time. However, we need to change this will be column 2 and this is column 0, so that's 0 1. All right, so come in here, let's run it and see how it's going to look like for now. Okay, that's how it's looking, but there isn't much different. Let me come in here, change this to date and change this to time. Maybe you guys can see what's happening. Right, save that and run it. Okay, that's how it's looking for now. Okay, first thing, let's reduce this. I think I'm going to have to bring in the time, the date and time. All right, for the date and time, the first thing I like to do is I'm going to declare some variables. So my very first variable will be for date. Let's just maybe copy this and paste it there. Now I'll call that variables. This is variables. So the very first one, that will be date. I'm going to call it date1 equals string variable, and the second one is timer1 equals string variable as well. Right, now let's get our date in place. As for the date, I'm now going to enter the following lines of codes right underneath here. Let's come in here, enter date and time here, date and time. Okay, date 1, date 1 dot set equals, that will be time dot str frame time. Okay, that is for the date. That will be d slash, that is m, and the other one is going to be y. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that anyway and change it to time there. So this will be time 1. Right. Okay, this is how my date and time looks like. If I run it now, you won't see anything there more than what I've written in there, dates and time, that's all. So let's come in here and just run it. Alright, let's see. So the error here, that will be, I was meant to cover that. Okay, so text variable for date and text variable for time is already inserted. So let's run it and see. There we go, we now have date and time shown. Okay, now that that is taken care of, okay, let's enter the other components that will include the label and the text or the entry, text entries. Okay, let's take this one up so that you guys can see what I'm about to do. That's going to be for labels and text entries there. Okay, the very first one is going to be the label, so I'm going to call that LBL. That will be for the women section. LBL women section equals label, and that is going to be inside ABC2, that's frame 2. The text content on it is going to be women, and the font, I can just copy fonts somewhere, sort of type and paste that in there. Now we have fonts, and change the size of that font to maybe about 20, comma. Then the other thing is we need both padding for, maybe just grab one anyway. Grab one, paste it right there, and that's just going to be one. And the other thing that I'm going to need now is, let's say BD equals 8 and BG equals, maybe we make that, let's see the color. Okay, I'm going to make that cadet blue, paste that in there. That is the color, comma. Then the next thing I like to do now is, let me define the font color. That's going to be my font color, paste that in there, comma, width equals 25, and let's justify it center there. Then dots breed equals row equals 0, and the column equals 0 as well. The column equals 0. Now let's say we get a span to make it full. Close that. Okay, let's carry out a few corrections before we run it and see how it's gonna look like. Alright, let's run it now and see. There we go. That's how it looks now. So the next thing I want to do is to add another label and text. So let's come in here and we just speed it all up here. Enter the other labels. Okay, here are the other labels, and underneath that very label I'm going to enter text. So let's run it to see what I'm talking about. There, those are the labels, and here we're going to enter some text. So let's write out the very first text. Okay, for my very first text I'm going to copy this very one that will be my very first text. Copy it and change it around and paste it right underneath here. Paste that right underneath here and just change the label to text entry or to entry, and this one I'm going to change that to txt. Right, now let's define where that's going to be. Row 1, column will be 1. Alright, more changes. We need to carry out some more changes. We don't want any text value in there. For now, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'll get back to that once I declare my variables. Then the next thing I want to do is, my font is there. I have my font in place. I have, okay, let's move this font. Is this font here, and I now want BD equals 8, comma. Then the back color is powdered blue. Then I want my color, font color, that will be black, and the width. Let's make that 12. Justify. Let's get us centered. Okay, justified is centered. Now we have all of this. Let's change this to hard equals 1. Okay, hopefully that should work for now. Let's run it and see. Then we can then speed up the rest. Okay, look at the very first one. It's right there. That is fine. So I'm just going to now copy and speed up the rest. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I'm done. Okay guys, this is how the lines of code for the text area looks like now, and this is for the label which you guys saw earlier. So I'm going to now run it and we take it from there. There we go. This is how it looks. So what I'm going to do now is just to copy all of these lines of codes in here, and I will make that my number 2. So let me copy it all right up to here, Control C, and I will paste that right below here. Then we'll run it and see how that looks like. Paste. But I haven't changed anything, so let's come in here, just run and see, and there we go. Okay, so I'm going to call this the end of the first part of this tutorial, and I'll get back to you guys shortly.